Ladies and gentlemen, what's up and welcome to the new video. Today I would like to tell you about some interesting stuff about Bitcoin cycles. But first of all, I would like to show you several news that happened not a long time ago. At first, guys, let me to remind you that I've recorded a video where I thoroughly explained what ABC collection on Solana is and why I consider it to be a really good investment. So you can find that video on my YouTube channel. That video, as far as I remember, was called ABC is a scam, something like that. Yeah, it's a really good saying because it attracts lots of attention. You just know that trick. And I also decided to stick to it. But anyway, some uninteresting stuff at the very beginning of the video. But anyway, guys, if you open that video and if you find that exact date which I showed you at that video, you might see that I got into this collection at the very low levels. So my first buying was at the level of 30 Solanas each, and at that level I bought 2 NFTs. Why I did so? Because you can see that there is a tremendous level of consolidation here, and I thought that the price won't go right to that level. So I thought that there will be a U-turn right above that level, but it didn't happen. Actually, we did touch that level, and when we came to it, the lowest price that I saw on marketplaces was around 18 Solanas each, and my price was 20 Solanas with small fees. So that was my third buying. So for now I'm a holder of 3 NFTs from this collection, and as you can see, the setup worked out, at least for now. The current market price is 39, and when I went to the marketplace several days ago, the actual market price was around 45 Solanas each. So write in the comments below if you managed to get into that collection at the time when I posted that video or not, and what do you think about the deal. So of course it's too early to say, to talk about profits or losses because I haven't fixed my profits. And guys, always remember the main rule. When you get into the deal, it doesn't matter where you got into it. Of course it matters to the extent of how much profits you'll be able to get from that deal. But the main point is that if you didn't get out of the deal, that means that you didn't get your profits. All the profits that you see on in your applications, or all that pluses, green numbers that you see in your portfolio are just virtual numbers. They become real money only when you sell your assets or close your positions. So just keep that in mind. For now, I still hold that ABC collection, and my target price is around maybe 100 Solanas. Maybe when the price reaches that level, I'll consider closing that deal. So by the way, guys, I also have a video on my YouTube channel where I explain whether NFTs are a crazy leverage or just a hedge mechanism from losing your money when the price of coins goes down. So if you haven't watched it, that's a really good time to do that, because it will give you much more understanding of financial markets. And we move on. So there is one more news that I would like to cover today, and it is related with Samayet coin. I suppose that many of you have heard about it. It's actually a meme coin on Solana, and it is one of the main meme coins, if not the number one on Solana blockchain. And the point of that coin is that it doesn't have any utilities yet, but the team of that meme coin supports Solana blockchain, and they continue the development, and they also burn their own tokens in order to decrease the total supply, which consequently increases the price of the token, as you can see here. By the way, guys, that is the point why I decided to consider that token today, Actually, I've missed that growth on my own, but I'm also a holder of Samayat coin. Just write in the comments below if you also invest in that coin and if you heard about it before. But as for me, I unfortunately missed that growth, and it constituted up to 500%, even almost 550%. That was insane, and it was just in several hours. If we just switch on hourly time frame, so let me load it. So trading view, are you gonna work? Please reload. Oh, that's something else. Samayat, it's here. And we still have 1 week, so 1 day. Yeah, so guys, you can see here that it was just an insane increase. The price escalated in just a matter of hours. Here you can see that it's 1 day. Okay, I can switch to 1 hour and you can see this stuff. Look at this. Just in 2 hours, it gave you up to 600% in profits. That's insane. So I didn't fix my profits because I stored on my cold wallet, so I didn't manage to get any profits of the deal. But I suppose that in the future I'll be able to get lots of profits from that investment. So, by the way, guys, if you haven't heard about that coin before, maybe the current figures are good enough to buy in comparison to maybe 2 cents. It's 2 cents for 1 coin. For now, you can buy just 1 coin for a half of a cent. Okay, even less than for a half of a cent. So that's really cool. If you're interested in decline, the current decline is more than 78%. So you might consider the deal, and if the price goes even lower, if it eventually goes there, you might consider opening any long positions on Samayat. So then just let me remind you about that triangle on S&P 500. So we still stick to that figure, and it might work out as well in the future. So for now, we're just really close to that point of intersection of these two trend lines. So guys, what do you think? Whether that triangle will be broken out in the upwards or downwards direction? So if you ask my opinion, I just base my answer on the trading statistics. So trading shows that this figure is, in the majority of the cases, is broken in the upwards direction, which means that the price on S&P 500 might escalate in the nearest future. So by the way, if we combine all this stuff with investing index, which represents open short positions on S&P 500. If you look at it, actually I've considered it in one of the previous videos as well. So that all makes lots of sense. And now guys, let's move on to the main topic of today's video, because of which I actually decided to record that video. So, and in today's video, I would like to tell you about the Bitcoin cycles. So, I decided to open the history of Bitcoin and then consider all the cycles that happened from 2014 and later, because earlier actual Bitcoin wasn't considered as an actual asset at that time, because as you might remember, the release time of Bitcoin was in 2009. It was the first time when it came out, and in 2010 it started to trade on some cryptocurrency exchanges, as far as I remember. But at that time, the chart, I wouldn't consider it, because we even see gaps here, which is nonsense. for this chart. For CME it would be okay, but definitely not for the actual chart of Bitcoin. So that's why I decided to consider it from 2014 and further on. So let's look at this stuff. The highest point here was approximately at December the 2nd, 2013. That was the peak price of Bitcoin at that bull market, and the lowest point was on Monday 12th of January 2015. So, but I want you to pay attention to the duration of that cycle. It was approximately 400 days. Of course, it's not day to day. I just approximately measure that cycle, but you can see it's approximately 400 days. Then we had a new bull run, and then one more bearish market. Let's look at it. Here we can see the peak price at Bitcoin, and it happened at the beginning of 2018 or at the end of 2017. Okay, and then here is the lowest price, which happened on the 3rd of December 2018. Of course, these numbers are approximate, but I would like you to pay attention to the length of the cycle. Here we can see that it was approximately 350 days. It would just make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. So you can see it's approximately 300, between 400 and 350. So then the current market, the current bearish market. I just decided to presume that that was the lowest point of today's bearish market, and I just presume that we'll never go lower this point in this bearish market, and that was actually the end of it, and then we'll see a crazy, absolutely insane bull market. Okay, it's just an assumption. Of course, you know that it's not a financial recommendation, just to mention it, but let's move on. Let's look at the length of that cycle. What you can see here, 378 days, guys. 378 days. It's just the average of the previous two cycles. But that doesn't matter that it occurred to be an average, it just occurred to be so. I want you to pay attention to the following. You see, the number is approximately the same. It's all about 350 and 400 between these two numbers, which means that if we assume that that was the lowest point of the current bearish market, we might be right with a really great probability. I've just explained you the reason. Just, guys, let's assume that we're not right, and that then we'll see something like this. The price will get somewhere here, or not, even not like this, and then we'll go down, and only then recover. If we try to measure it, we'll see insane results. For example, here, it's 1036 days. Okay, it's around 1000 days, which is 3 times longer than the average bearish market. Do you believe in it? It's just your opinion. If you ask mine, actually I don't. Why? Because in this case, you just disappoint all investors, even institutional investors that can afford themselves to stay in a single position for a really long time. Even that would be unbearable for them, and lots of the companies would go bankrupt. Not only small and middle businesses, but also some huge businesses as well. So that's why I do not believe in that scenario, and for this exact reason, I suppose that we have already seen the lowest point of current bearish market. So guys, actually that's all for today. Write in the comments below what you think about the current situation. Maybe you have another point of view. I'll be really glad to see your own opinion on the current situation. So you can specify it in the comments below. You can also write the suggestions for the next videos on this channel, because I'm kind of running out of ideas what to film the next video about. So give this video a like if you really like the content, or a dislike. I also accept negative feedback, but please specify in the comments below what you didn't like or liked about that video. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and bye.